So you want to make more with your Duramax? I got the perfect part for you. It's called the Turbo Resonator Delete. What is the Turbo Resonator Delete? Does it actually increase boost? And at the end of this video, I'll talk about a pro that almost nobody talks about. So what is a Turbo Resonator? Well, a turbo resonator on a Duramax is the big hunky junky box that you usually see in the engine bay right next to the turbo with the intake system. It's another way for the air to kind of go. I guess it's to quiet the turbo in some way. I don't know why they would murder my boy. You want that But anyways, the Turbo Resonator Delete basically just gets rid of the plastic box and has this like disc that you put in the hole. That way the airflow is actually direct into the turbo. That makes the louder. Now the next question you're asking is probably, does it actually increase boost? Now, hate to break it to you, this part doesn't really increase boost at all. I mean, if it does, it's very, very minor because honestly, you're just directing the air a little bit more. It's a little bit more efficient. So you might have more spool up time, but you're not really gonna gain any horsepower. So this mod is really for sound, and I couldn't recommend it enough because I installed this part when I had emissions on this truck, and my ex that didn't even really know anything about automotive stuff was able to say that she could hear the turbo a lot more. And if I could hear the turbo and random passengers in my truck can hear the turbo a little bit more, it goes to show you how effective this part actually is. Now, obviously I don't have the emissions BS anymore because I have this nice HSP max flow wide bridge system. I hear the turbo a lot. I do want to say this is mainly heard in the cab rather than the actual exhaust. But there's an argument to be made that you could also hear it in the exhaust too. All right, so what's the price on this bad boy? Well, you could find this for like 20 to 30 bucks. I'll include a couple Amazon links to a couple different ones down in the description below. They're pretty much all the same. It's pretty much what design do you want. However, people do say you can make your own for about 5 bucks, but at that point, you're only saving $15 nowadays, and that's not too much savings. So why not just go professional? I mean, you can if you want. There's plenty of videos talking about how you could DIY this part from Home Depot. So if you want to go that route, just give a quick search on YouTube. But I personally went with a more professional route. And in terms of install was easy. It's literally a Torx screw. It's a very long screw, and it's a couple hose clamps. And you just take that sucker off, and then you just push the Turbo Resonator Delete into the intake. That's all it is. It's super easy. Now, what nobody talks about is when you get rid of that big hunky plastic box, future installs, if you're planning on working with your Duramax, actually call to remove that resonator because it's in the way. I can't tell you how many times that I've been watching like an install guide on YouTube on how to install something on my Duramax, and it calls to uninstall that resonator. I just saved myself about 15 to 5 minutes not having that thing on the truck to begin with. So it's very effective with saving time in the future. So not only are you spending that short-term money to hear the a little bit more, you're also paying for efficiency. And who doesn't like saving time? Because time is the most valuable thing when it comes to working on your truck. With that said, let's go get you guys some sound clips. Realized I need to close my hood to cold start the truck. Yes, it sounds so good. Now this winter, every winter when it gets cold or it's damp outside, my pulley freaks out. It just sounds like a banshee. So this year we're gonna have to figure out what's squeaking and fix it. She sounds magnificent. Obviously, we're gonna hear the turbo because the truck is straight piped. But even when my truck wasn't straight piped, I was able to notice a huge difference installing this one part. And for the price and for the gains and efficiency you get with working on your truck in the long term, I feel like it's one of those parts that's a must-have if you plan on working on your Duramax, building it out, because it might not increase power like at all, but it does just make everything more efficient, and you hear that sweet. I forgot to mention those links that I'm going to be putting down below. Those are Amazon associate links, so if you buy one of the Turbo Resonator Deletes off of those links, I will be getting a kickback, and that will go towards more parts to show you guys in the future on building your Duramax. So I appreciate every single one of you that chooses to use that link or has used that link. Okay, now we're parked. We're gonna do a couple revs inside the cab, and then we're gonna go outside the cab and show you guys what's up. All right, let's go outside the cab. This is going to be part of a playlist talking about parts that I already installed on the Duramax that like maybe I didn't record or I just wasn't focused around the truck yet, but have made a huge difference. In the future, we're going to be talking about the mirrors, but for now, check out this video up there. Thank you guys for watching Derp to the Max.